Chapter 5, Part 2, Math 92. So now we want to find the product. We need to know how to multiply the polynomial. Now, how would I multiply this first? 5x multiplied by 2x. When you want to multiply two polynomial, you always multiply numbers and variables separately. So you just say 5 times 2 is 10. And what is x times x? X times x. It's x to power of 2, correct? So that would be x to power of 2. So now you have 3 times 7y. Let's look at this one. There is no variable here, so it's just the numbers multiplied by each other. So 3 times 7 is 21, and then y. Minus 5 x times 4 x to power of 3. Negative 5 times 4, it's negative 20. And what is x times x3? X times x to power of 3. Is x to power of 4, right? So you always add exponent. So that would be x to power of 4. I want to multiply 5x by 7x minus 8. So I distribute 5x into this parenthesis. 5x times 7x first, which is 35, x to power of 2. Now I bring the 5x and multiply by negative 8. See, I do it here so you can see it. Now I'll bring 5x and multiply by negative 8. Just numbers multiply, right? 5 times negative 8 is negative 40x. So this would be minus 40x. X plus 4 times x minus 6. You want to multiply these two. Find the product or multiplications. They both have two terms. Each parenthesis has two terms. So you start with this one, and you distribute. X times x is x2. X times negative 6. What is x times negative 6? Just negative 6x, right? 4 times x. Now I distribute 4 minus 24. There are several methods to do a problem like this when you have two terms in each parenthesis. There's another one they call a FOIL method, but it just depends what method did you already learn. So whatever you're comfortable, you could use that as long as you come up with the right answer. It doesn't matter what method you use, whatever is easier for you to understand. When you do it like this, the only like terms are these two, minus 6x, and you're taking 4x away from that. So it would be x2 minus 2x minus 24. A plus b times 6a minus b. Again, you start from this one and distribute. I'll bring a and multiply by 6a, that is 6a to power of 2. I'll bring a and multiply by minus b. What is a times minus b? Just minus ab. And what is positive b times 6a? Same thing, is positive 6ab or 6ba. Both are the same thing. B times minus b. Positive b times minus b is negative b to power of 2. Again, these two are like terms. One is negative 1ab and positive 6ab. So they give you positive 5ab minus b2. Another example, find the product or multiply. Excuse me. There are 2 terms here and 3 terms there. Normally, we start with the parentheses that has less term. So first I bring x and multiply by each term. So I distribute x. All I need to do is multiply each of these by x. So it would make this x3, 7x2, 8x. Then I bring negative 5 and multiply by each. So it would be minus 5x2 minus 35x minus 40. Seven x2 minus 5x2 is positive 2x2. They both are like terms. 8x and minus 35x, they both are like terms, so you take that away from that. And then minus 40. How about this? X plus 7 to power of 2. There is a formula that when you have a plus b to power of 2, you take each of these letters and raise it to power of 2, and then twice of that. But rather than using the formula, x plus 7 to power of 2 basically means take x plus 7 and multiply by itself. So you don't need to use the formula. If you understand the power of 2 means just multiply x plus 7 multiply by itself. So then when I do this, it gives me x2 plus 7x, and then I'll bring the 7x plus 49. So you're having 2 like terms here. Same thing. 7x minus 5 multiplied by itself. See, both are the same. The only difference is one is difference and sum and difference. So in that case, the middle term always cancel. So what's the difference between that one and this one? Look. What if both are the same, both parentheses? Or you have 8p minus 1 to power of 2. So what's the difference between these two problems? Pay attention to the side. See, middle term do not cancel, but you add these two. You see the difference? So make sure you understand. This one means you're taking 8p minus 1 and repeat. But here, you're taking 8p minus 1 and multiplied by the same one with the opposite sign. In that case, the middle term always cancel. In fact, there is a formula in algebra for the factoring, which is if you have a minus b times a plus b, the outcome is always difference of two perfect square. But this one is different. This one is the formula is if you have a minus b to power of 2, there is always a middle term. You know, there is a common mistake that some people do these problems like this. Let me show you. They just say, okay, 8p to power of 2 is 64. p2 minus 1. Like if you have x plus 3 to power of 2, they write it as x2 plus 9. No. Why not? There is always a middle term. Look, x plus 3 times x plus 3 is what? x2 plus 3x plus 3x plus 9. So you always have x2 plus 6x plus 9. See, there is a middle term here. See these two? So be careful about this. All right. Next subject is division, how we divide. Divide the following expressions. How would I divide this? 5 goes to 25 5 times. A4 divided by A3 is equal to what? I'll show you here, look. A4 means this. Is A multiplied by itself 4 times. And this is A3, right? 3 of them cancel. What is left is just one A at the top, nothing at the bottom. And you just write 5A, you don't write 5A over 1. Like if you have 6 over 3, you don't write 2 over 1, right? You just say 2. If the denominator is 1, you don't have to write it. Okay, so let's look at this one. How about this? At the top, I have A3. At the bottom, I have A5. How many A are canceled and how many A's are left and where? Numerator or denominator? 5 goes to 10. That would be 2. A3 over A5. Look, A3 means this. And this is A5, right? What is left at the top is just 1. And at the bottom is A2. Remember, this time, A is at the bottom because it has a larger power. A5, 5 of them are here, just 3 at the top. So 3 cancel and A2 remain. If you have something like this, 7 plus 3 over 2, can you write this as 7 over 2 plus 3 over 2? Yes, you could always separate it if you want. So in that case, when we have something like this, what I can do is to separate all this and write it like that, look. See? And then you could simplify. Say 5 goes to that is 5. You have A1, but you have A4. That leave A3 at the top, right? A goes to A2, A, and 7. So when you have a fractions like this, and they ask you to divide, you could break it into 3 separate fractions. Divide the following expressions again. Now, in the last one, remember, because you have A1 at the top and A2 at the bottom, so that would leave A here. You know, eventually, if you understand how it works, you don't even have to write it like this. You could just say 8A2 divided by 2AB, it's 4A over B minus 6AB divided 2AB is minus 3. 10B2 divided by 2AB is 5B over A. It's up to you. You know, sometimes people don't want to just do the step like that there. It is always better to write a solution that would eliminate possibility of mistake. So now, again, we separate them. This one has a lot of numbers in it. All right. In this problem, there is a rectangle. And they want us to find area of the rectangle. You know, area of the rectangle is always length multiplied by width. So this is the length and the width, right? So if we give you the numbers, you just multiply those. What if instead of number, we just give you the letter? So this is 9x plus 2. And this one from here to here is 2x minus 6. Same thing. You just take, instead of numbers, you just take these two and multiply. You just say 9x plus 2 multiplied by 2x minus 6 is my area. So then what I need to do is just go ahead and do the distributions. So that's the application of this type of problems in when you are doing your word problems. Okay, so that would be end of homework number 5.